give a shit. Yeah, all this bitch, all they want for you to give a dick. $2, not giving, I don't give a shit. Yeah, $2, not giving, I don't give a shit.
Welcome back to Team Tactics 2. That is the Party Cast. It is Thursday. I am Jason.
This is Alex.
This is Dennis.
This is Dooley.
And
Dave.
Yay!
I don't have a round of applause still, but here we go.
Damn, you had all this time. And
I know you had so many days to do it.
Like,
and you
what the
still
hell?
fucking didn't do it.
All right.
Damn it, Dooley.
All right, we're going to start this one off. We're going to fire the first question at Dave. Soup for stew. What makes it different? If you had like a soup and a stew, is it texture? Is it thickness? Like some people say it has to have potatoes, peas, and carrots. Is it the texture? What makes a soup and a stew?
I think soup is more like broth based.
Okay.
And I think, obviously, stew's going to be more like hearty, reduced down, probably thickened with like a lot of roux, you know, or however you're going to thicken it. But I definitely think a stew has to have potatoes.
Okay. No. Okay. All right.
I like where he's going with
Little
this.
root vegetables in
Yeah,
there for sure.
yeah.
A little carrot, potato situation. Peas, I don't think it has to go into a stew. I don't think that's how it would roll. Maybe like shepherd's pie, that route, but...
I was just about to say that shit. Do you think shepherd's pie is a stew? Like, all right, now
I
it's
think
like,
it's a pie.
like when we start categorizing things, is like when it gets fucking difficult.
I do not think it's a stew.
Okay, so it's just like a mashed potato dish. Like what?
That's Jason.
That's
Jason.
a good question.
Casserole.
It's a pie.
The casserole,
I was gonna say
a
it's a pie,
casserole,
yeah.
I believe, has to be built in a casserole pan, and it is a one dish.
I think
thing,
using
right?
shepherd's pie is a bad example. You could say the shepherd's pie mix, but again, I'm with Dooley. Once you add mashed potatoes and brown the top, like it's not.
There's still potatoes in it, and that's one of the
That's
requirements to be a
potatoes-
stew.
That's potatoes on it. Difference. Completely separate dishes. Now you're putting them together.
Yeah.
I feel like
Mash
I get
up.
where you're coming from. The base
All right,
could be a stew.
in the Irish restaurant that we all worked in, minus the butcher,
Well, I
was
sort of
a
worked
patron
with-
there for
I sort of
he
worked
kept
there.
the lights on.
You hear me?
When
No.
we did shepherd's
can you hear
pie,
Yeah. Okay.
it was a stew integrated with mashed potatoes. Correct? I mean,
Yeah. I'd say the
Put
mix
mushrooms in
would
this shit,
be.
though.
You
a
mean
stew.
like the base without
Yeah.
the potatoes?
yeah, would that be the stew? But then now you're putting mashed potatoes on it, and now is it still a stew just because you put something on top?
No, because then
It's
you
like
put
an
the
open-faced
cheese.
sandwich. Is that a sandwich?
No.
See?
We've clarified that.
Yes,
a sandwich
yeah.
has to be between two pieces of bread.
Dave wasn't here for all of them,
Hot
so like
dog.
we can backtrack on a couple things, but
Corn dog. Let's get real specific. Is that considered two pieces of bread?
yeah, right? Is a corn
Fuck it.
dog is not a sandwich.
Yeah, corn. Yeah, no. Corn dogs.
Is
not
a hot
sandwich.
dog a sandwich?
No, it's delicious.
No.
Oh,
Between two pieces of bread?
It's one bun. It's
So is a hoagie a sandwich?
well again like it's a Philly sandwich because we don't break the hinge on that bitch on purpose, but like, it happens. But I mean like you cut it just because it's not two pieces of bread. So you put a Philly in because you need that hinge to hold everything together. You don't want like. So now is a Philly not a sandwich because a hot dog is not a sandwich.
I think a hot dog's a hot dog and a Philly is a sandwich.
But okay,
Is a
so
lobster roll a sandwich?
it's your hot dog bun. You tell me. it's top,
I mean, I
it's
feel
top
like
split.
I
It's
feel
not
like
e-
if a hot dog doesn't count as a sandwich, then a lobster roll couldn't count as a sandwich.
I agree with
Same.
I agree. So, but a Philly, a hoagie. I mean, it depends. Is the hinge broken? Is that where we're
If you
drawing
get
the
from
line on
Amarosa
sandwiches?
recently,
Most of their shit sucks, which is so disappointing.
Where?
But,
What?
well,
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
We're
I just looked up and I love the title. Is a corn dog a sandwich or a popsicle?
it's a hot sickle.
It's a hot.
hey,
I mean,
Oh, it's not even given the distinction of being sandwich-like,
oh wow.
which
Cornbread is not bread? If I took cornbread and cut it in half and built like a country ham, egg, and cheese on cornbread, is that not a sandwich?
That's a sandwich.
I really love
Then
how
a
That's
corn
just the
dog.
type of bread you're using.
So then a corn dog's a sandwich.
Well, hey, let's.
But the
Let's
batter
get
for
this
corn
straight.
dog, that's batter though.
This
when
is
you like
only
tempura fry.
This is only the definition of the
right.
United States Department of
Tempura
Agriculture.
battering and cornbread battering a hot dog is not the same fucking thing.
What do you mean?
Can we
Tempura battering a shrimp.
Okay, you could tempura batter a hot dog.
You could cornbread.
I'm not saying that
shrimp.
it's tempura. Well, then if
I'm
we-
not saying the taste is going to be great
If
here. I mean, you could.
if we cornbread batter a
tempura
shrimp,
or-
does that make it a sandwich?
No, we've already
I made
covered
a shrimp sandwich on a stick. Like,
The old shrimp satay. Yeah.
Actually, so that's a really good question because I was about to say I feel like
we
anything that's
we went
Nope.
way away from
stew,
but
but I was going to say anything
90
that-
degrees.
anything
Yeah.
that's
Ball very
completely
quickly.
covered,
Welcome to the podcast.
anything completely covered in a
Happy to
batter
be
probably
here.
can't be a sandwich, right? So is a Monte Cristo a sandwich? Because technically it is between bread, but then it's completely enclosed in a batter.
But it's still that is still a sandwich though.
Oh, and it was made yesterday.
I mean, what about like? Yeah.
It almost had to
Yes,
be,
it
so it
was.
stays together.
Yeah.
We need that shit to stick. But so you're saying a Monte Cristo sandwich, but it's battered. But you're saying a hot dog, a corn dog is not.
No. Because a corn dog you're serving on a stick.
I could put a Monte Cristo on a stick. Don't test me, bro.
You probably could. You could do like an hors d'oeuvre, like little petite ones on
No,
the.
see,
I
I
totally
was
get it.
I was
The
thinking
whole
you
fucking
could just
thing.
get like the tongue depressor from the doctors. Mm-hmm. One of those. I think one of
Popsicle,
those would
well,
hold a
I
Monte
call it a
Cristo.
popsicle
sure.
stick, but yes, you're probably
The
right
tongue
on
depre-
the
they're
tongue
bigger.
depressor.
They're
It's
bigger.
just a really big popsicle
Yeah.
stick.
But the Monte Cristo is definitely a sandwich. Are we not all on the same page about
Deep
this?
fried sandwich.
I'm playing devil's advocate, and I will argue any sandwich that you throw at me
They are
at this
croque
point.
monsieur.
But stew, all right. So the stew, we're saying it's the thickness that.
I think the viscosity,
Yeah.
it's more hearty, more
So
unctuous.
soup is brothy.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a chicken noodle soup that you leave in your refrigerator overnight, and the noodles soak up all the juice that is now is a stew.
I knew you were going to go that fucking route. I fucking knew you were going to say something. Chicken noodle soup. Fucking.
Yeah, have you ever fucking left that shit in the refrigerator?
Yeah.
Because the noodles become fucking 10 times the size. Like
Like the little egg noodles you made.
no, like even like orzo. Like all of a sudden, like that shit, it looks like rice. It's a noodle. We all understand that, right? And then you leave it in the fridge overnight. That shit is now a fucking noodle. It's like as big as your pinky.
So, wait. What about pho?
Pho is definitely a soup.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, if you leave the noodles in there and that fucking thickens up, is it now stew?
No.
Thicken up. They just disintegrate.
How dare you? How dare you bring pho into this? We all know that's a soup. It says it on the damn sign.
Vietnamese noodle soup.
All right, we got into thickness. Is there a time requirement? I feel like stew's something that has to be
Cook
stewed.
slower.
Cook.
Has to
Yeah,
be,
like
it has
slow
to
and
be-
low,
But
simmer.
like, okay, but, is there a roux in a stew?
Sometimes.
I think so.
But not always necessary.
Right.
I mean,
just
if you're
reduce it.
using beans and all that, they're gonna break down. They're gonna thicken. Like peas, like split pea soup. Like you don't use a roux. Like you. Cook
That's
the
split pea
ham.
soup, not stew.
Well,
They don't call it split pea stew.
but when you're done,
It's,
It's
a
a
stew.
stew.
Like, yeah.
By what definition? Because that's what we're trying to determine.
It's thick and creamy.
that's why we got Julie on the Google machine.
What am I looking up?
Stew.
Jesus.
Stew versus soup.
Were
The
you even-
entire topic of this conversation.
What we've been talking about for 10 minutes now.
How about definition? Stew definition.
I would.
Abadibada. That's
I would
not
do
how
it.
you spell it, but yeah.
Tormented.
Tournament maybe?
A dish of meat and vegetables cooked slowly in liquid in a closed dish or pan.
All good.
Or a
soup.
state of great anxiety in it.
Or agitation.
But okay, so you were right on the time. So, but soups take time.
I don't think soups
Now
take
we
as
ain't-
long. You
right?
can.
All right, we can sling it with everybody. Bitch, I can open up 2
Look over to
cans
the right.
and make a soup.
There you go.
It's-
A
what?
stew- a
You want tomato bisque? Guess what? I just opened up a can of marinara, threw some fucking heavy cream in that shit, added some seasonings, boom, got you. Like in a pinch.
A stew is a combination of solid food ingredients that have been cooked in liquid and served in the resultant gravy. Ingredients in a stew can include any combination of vegetables and may include meat, especially tougher meat suitable for slow cooking, such as beef, poultry, sausages, and seafood. We suggest using a starchy potato if you're going to go with potatoes as Yukon Gold fingerling or a russet potato or a creamier based soup.
Soup?
Yeah, it says soup, even though it says what.
So is a
potatoes are
stew a
best for
soup?
stews.
A soup can't be a stew, but a stew can be a soup?
Yep.
Oh.
So we're into a bourbon whiskey situation?
Right? Basically, I think we're there. Like, pull up soup real fast. Just, you don't have to retype the whole thing. Just change the EW to OP.
I mean,
That would be stupid. Sorry.
Look, he got what you were going for. He was actually ahead of you. If you just let
Change
him,
it to soup.
if you let Dooley do what he was going to do, he found the difference between a soup and a stew. He literally clicked on it before you corrected him.
Yeah.
But it was the amount of liquid put in the dish.
So
a liquid
increasing
dish,
the power and efficiency
typically
of an
made by
engine or
boiling
other
meat,
machines.
fish, or other vegetables.
I'm just reading this
So
one.
a stew is a soup. A soup is not a stew.
Yes.
Did we just crack the code here on Team Fat Kid Choose Fat Thursday's Party Cast? I think we did. All right, we're gonna bring up an old topic just because Dave wasn't here for it, because we fought about this for a minute.
Uh-oh.
When does a sauce become a condiment?
Oh God! I feel like
vice
you have
versa.
sauce, but you got condiments.
Or
I feel like
vice
they're two
versa.
different-
Like, is ranch a sauce or a condiment?
ranch is a dressing.
Okay.
And is that a sauce? Because he did not bring up the whole spectrum of is a dressing a sauce, is a condiment a dressing? Like, is it the same fucking thing? At what point do we differentiate?
fucking-
Yeah, can
thing
you really
again.
consider a dressing a sauce? I mean, obviously it's
It's
a
salad sauce.
right, right. But I mean, by
Or a
definition,
chicken wing sauce.
yeah, like hot sauce, whatever, like buffalo, whatever.
But
it's
you
a sauce.
dip your wings in blue cheese?
Is that a dressing or a sauce?
I would say it's a dressing.
It's not a condiment?
No, I don't think so.
So mayonnaise, made from scratch. Sauce or condiment?
Sauce,
Okay, mayonnaise in a jar.
condiment. Because you took the time to make it, it's a sauce. But now it's a condiment.
Now
Because
it's
it's been
an
put in a
aioli.
factory for you. Yeah. But no, like ketchup, condiment, not a sauce.
Ketchup
Mustard,
shouldn't exist. Like,
Thank you. I agree. But mustard, condiment,
Barbecue.
not a sauce.
You can make barbecue sauce without making ketchup.
I mean, yeah.
Savannah Gold.
Well, fucking Alabama white
North fucking Carolina.
vinegar.
Vinegar base. Vinegar and crushed red pepper.
So, like, when does a condiment stop becoming a sauce?
I feel like it's two different avenues. You've got sauces and you've got condiments.
But it's an accompaniment, which means condiment.
So here's the question, because I got a good one for you.
You're
so,
Bert
like,
Blanc.
you go somewhere and you get...
But that is a sauce, though. That wouldn't be a condiment.
But it's an accompaniment to your fucking salmon.
Yes. Yes, this is true.
Thai chili. And I'm going to say Thai chili sauce because that's how they market it, but Thai chili sauce, all right? So let's say you get egg rolls and they use a squirt bottle, put it over the top. That's a sauce, right?
Lumpia, please, sir.
Lumpia.
Gotta be with lumpia.
Fine.
Damn right. I was gonna say it. Thank you.
If they put it in the side, is it a condiment or a sauce? Because you agreed with me, you were totally nodding along with the in a bottle over the top. That's a sauce.
Yeah.
But if they put it in on the side in a ramekin, is that a condiment?
Yeah, if you give me like 6 little rolls of lumpia and they got a little side of Thai chili, that's not a condiment.
But if you put it over the top, it's a sauce.
Yeah.
If you put it over top of noodles.
So the distinction is actually the vessel, not the item.
So it can't. So what you're telling me is like my duck sauce that comes in a packet for my egg roll is
A condiment.
a condiment, even though they call it duck sauce.
Correct. Yes.
Oh, that's curious. What if he uses the condiment pack to squeeze it over?
You're still just putting the condiment on your...
Sweet and sour
Item.
sauce condiment.
Yes.
No, it's a sauce.
But it
It's
comes in a condiment
It's
pack.
tossed in it, though.
Not if it comes in the condiment pack.
Okay.
What if it comes in a ramekin on the side?
Okay.
It's a condiment.
I'm gonna throw this around a little bit because I hear.
There's
I
no
heard-
good
I
answer
heard
here.
this
Don't
is
worry,
a-
guys.
I heard this is a thing. Don't know fucking where.
Drinking fish sauce? Yeah, we don't know either.
Spaghetti.
No,
Spaghetti.
thank you.
Spaghetti. Tossing ranch.
What the fuck are
I've
you
heard
talking
that's
about?
a fucking. I've heard that's a thing. I don't know why.
Where?
Dooley
Poland,
lives
Texas?
on TikTok. It's a white girl neighborhood.
No, actually, it's one of my
True.
Xbox friends that did that shit.
Ew. Marinara, sauce or gravy.
Is it?
I guess that's regional. That's more a regional
would
thing.
that ranch now be a sauce other than a dressing? Or are you
It
just
shouldn't be
fucking up
done.
food?
It just shouldn't be done.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't even like fathom that because it should never happen.
Nope. You know what? I'm going dressing. That's fucking bread salad.
Like hot noodles? 'Cause
Like-
ranch
like-
dressing goes in pasta salad, so it's
No, like spaghetti and ranch. Just her face alone.
That tells you everything. Right
Easy
there.
ranch spaghetti. There you go. Like I'm not even.
Okay, look, now I want to see a picture.
Extra
Nah, they
versus
must be-
zesty
Like,
flavor.
okay.
But for that though, it's in the
Time out.
seasoning packet, not like the dressing.
that's the powder.
Right.
The chicken bacon ranch spaghetti I can get behind.
That one makes sense.
Yeah.
The one with like the meatballs is not. I'm not.
Right. Okay.
Let me get my ranch meat.
But they're putting.
No.
Are they using like the ranch packet,
Wait,
like
it
in
definitely-
the meatball, like as a seasoning packet,
Look
like,
at the
which
middle
still
one.
doesn't seem right.
I love
but
what that says. Mommy hates cooking. Obviously, you're making fucking ranch spaghetti.
Well, we have an ad there, so if you scroll a little bit, we can actually get to the website. Scroll down.
What are you talking
But when you
Scroll
said,
down.
I thought you were talking about like ranch
He's
dressing.
literally telling you what you do. What? Scroll down. What are you talking about? Scroll down.
Right
That's
there.
what-
Mommy hates cooking. Like it's gluten free, but it's spaghetti.
How-
I'm already out, dude. Like
well, all right. Maybe that makes sense.
I do not trust her already.
It makes sense. They're doing zucchini noodles. That's why they did ranch.
that looks like fucking pasta.
That's pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
It's
not
ranch
good.
seasoning though.
Either way,
Okay, man.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
don't think you're gonna find a recipe with dump a bottle of ranch on hot.
Can you add traditional marinara sauce to ranch spaghetti? Of course you can add additional marinara sauce to ranch spaghetti. Just add it directly to the pasta.
It can also be made with spaghetti squash.
Or not ranch, you know?
All right, you got a beer over there while we move on to the next thing.
No.
No,
No, nope.
no.
No, the beer that I have is here from Monday.
Okay. So, did you know? I'm just gonna let you guys. I'll grab some beer. Did you guys know that dogs spin around the poop because they poop facing north?
What was that?
Oh, is that last week's? 2 weeks ago? Did we already do that one?
No, you didn't talk.
You know
Yeah,
they
you
make,
gotta
did you know
remind
that
me
they
to
make
do
eye
things.
contact when they poop with you because they trust you and expect you to watch their back?
No, they're just vulnerable.
Well, yeah, expect you to watch their back. Somebody gonna attack me? Let me know.
Well, then you better be facing. You better have your back to the north, facing south, so the dog can look at you facing north.
Is this really a thing? They
Yeah.
face north when they poop?
They did a study, and it's like 90% of the time because they have like the
This is your tax dollars at work.
yeah, going back to like being like a wolf and like how they know how to travel, and so they face magnetic north. There's something in their head that makes them face magnetic north. It was on the Discovery Channel. It's gotta be.
It's on ScienceAlert.com. Dogs prefer to poop along the north-south axis.
The things we look up on.
I don't
our
know if that
podcast.
means that they always face
Yes,
north,
look at
but
that image.
I like how even the dog is looking away like you shouldn't be photoing me.
You should not be photographing me.
I'm ashamed of this right now. Why are you photoing me?
Why are you taking us?
You are not my protector.
You do not have my back. Taking a picture of me in my most vulnerable state.
I would like to say
Other
that
than when I'm attached to another dog.
they
This is the
monitored
Czech Republic.
70 dogs from 37 breeds over 2 years. They spent a lot of time watching these dogs
watching a
shit.
total of 5,582 urinations and
Look, bro,
1,893
what else you got to do in the Czech
defecations.
Republic? And they don't even have internet.
That is their internet.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, the thing in the parentheses. Just imagine how fun that would be.
Just following dogs around.
You gonna poop? No? Okay. Just gonna sniff that other dog's butt. Look.
Okay, so the producer came up with this topic, and then it's things that made you think people were rich when you were a kid. Like, she explained it better when she was like, like when you were a kid and you went over to your friend's house, and they had like things that you didn't have, and like, holy shit, these people must be rich. And I'm going to use her example because it makes the most sense. Like,
What,
she went to
cable
her
TV?
friend's house, and they had, like, ice and water in the door of the refrigerator. like, it's...
A pool.
Right?
Cable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, a pool, like...
Cable.
Okay.
Like just the
So-
simplest
Honestly,
things
not
that you
necessarily
have, I
something-
think they have now that you realize that does not make you rich. Like, but when you were a kid, you were like, damn,
Having a pool
that
might
was-
actually make you poor.
Now
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's simple.
Having
I-
a boat will
I-
make you poor.
I'm kind of getting throw out the Christopher Titus thing. Can we say Christopher Titus house? They have a raft in their living room. Like,
They have a what?
a
raft.
Oh.
He was like, I never really realized how broke I was until other dads came up to me like, you okay, little man? He's like, I always thought my house was just cool. Everybody wanted to stay with me. He's like, they have a raft in the living room.
Is that like the air mattress?
No, it was literally a blow up. Like, I think it was their couch.
Oh.
That was,
Like,
that was the impression in the story I got. But
Like when I was growing up, like I had a friend like, who lived like 3 doors down from me, and he had like the 3-wheel bicycle. Like when you were a kid, like I mean, I grew up in the 80s. It was probably like the most dangerous fucking thing in the world. But it had a 3-wheel bike. Like you sat in it and like you steered with your feet and pedaled, and it just had like 2 handles. Like it was fucking crazy, and it had like a flag that stuck up so the
Yep.
cars wouldn't run you over.
Because you're so low to the ground.
Yeah. Wait, do they still make those?
Yes.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not like the ones that you see like the old people riding. Like, this was like cool, and it was yellow, like a banana, and like you could jam the brakes and fucking slide. Just me? Okay.
just you.
That kid was rich.
That thing.
Not a tricycle, bro.
It,
You said 3 wheels, right?
I mean, technically, yes, it's a tricycle, but
well, dude, the everybody had the fucking yellow and blue big wheel, right?
That bitch?
Is that just me?
oh no,
Definitely had a big
that was
wheel.
my first bike right there. When you would spin out on the plastic tire trying to get
Yeah.
going.
not a bicycle.
That's a fucking big wheel, bro.
It's not a bicycle.
But
Go ahead, argue with me.
like I mean, I grew up like all my friends had dirt bikes and go karts, and it's like, well, you don't need a dirt bike if your friends got one.
True.
I'll wreck your shit. Like, Dave, what do you got?
The plastic covering over the couch. You know what I'm talking about. That was the first thing I thought when you asked that question.
We keep sweating on the couch trying to watch He-Man cartoons.
Yeah. Cartoon Saturday's really taking off.
You get up and it's like, my whole back is sweaty.
Or like the
I
fake
wasn't even
little,
watching Cops.
the little like the ornament like in the family, like in the living room, in the middle of the table with like the fake fruit. Like
Yeah.
that kind of shit. Like
Centerpiece.
with like potpourri around it.
Yeah,
it's like,
yes.
That's bougie.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah, like yeah, we had that. No, not the fruit part, but the bowl of potpourri for like ever. And like you know that shit dies, right? It doesn't last forever, but it would be there for like 5 years, and it's like it doesn't smell anymore. Like, but when your mom gets that brand new fucking bag of eucalyptus and
Ugh.
rips that shit open, and you're like, oh, stinks.
Why are you outside? I can't breathe inside.
Yeah, inside smells bad.
Maybe that's how they got you to go outside.
I mean, you didn't like. We were talking about that. Like, I was outside till the fucking streetlights came on
Yep.
because that was the rule.
Yep, that
And
was
then,
the time.
And then when the streetlights came on at like 6, and it's in the middle of summer,
Yeah.
and it's like sun is.
Still
It
out.
it looks like 2:00 in the afternoon.
And they haven't got the timing down yet.
Streetlights are on. Like I gotta go home. Like, but it's still fun. Like we're out riding bikes and shit because like we rode our bikes for like miles.
That's how you knew where people were at. You could see all the bikes sitting outside.
Yeah. Exactly.
Truth.
Like all the bikes, like no one used a kickstand.
No,
Like
hell
if
no.
they were smooth,
They
they
just-
flipped their bike over on the handlebars so the wheels were up. And then they came outside and snatched that bitch and like hopped on it and started riding a fucking wheelie down the street. I could never pull that off. I got
Oh,
short legs.
We were
But-
we were definitely the like pull one leg off and like let the bike ride into a wall. People, just like the pile of bikes will be over there. Just like hop off and walk away as it like crashes into something.
Oh, like the Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
There's a pile of bikes over there.
The
Yeah.
best Ghost Rider I ever fucking saw. Like, okay, so we lived in a neighborhood. It was like all townhomes in southern Florida, like Fort Lauderdale. Like we're talking like 10 minutes from Miami, and we lived in this huge fucking shit. Like,
It's empty.
but
Okay.
My buddy decided he was gonna ghost ride his bike down the one fucking road that went to like the main road. It's like you could be safe in your neighborhood. There's like 20 fucking streets you can ride. There's one or well, like 4 that go out to the actual main road to leave the neighborhood. He jumps off his shit, turns around, looks at us, and does like the smooth walk away. Like, yeah, his shit went all the way down the fucking street and into fucking traffic. Like, shit. Yeah, we were like 8. Like, oh shit.
Look cool though.
Yeah.
Run!
You just lost your Schwinn, bro.
You had a Schwinn?
No, he had a Schwinn. Well, I did have a Schwinn Predator when I did, yeah.
Evidently, Jason was the rich family.
I was gonna say, dude, I'm more from the Huffy realm. If he had a Schwinn,
I was a Huffy man, so it's like, like
I
shit.
bought the Schwinn used with my lawnmower money, bro. The Schwinn Predator was the shit, though. Go ahead and Google that one if you know how to spell Schwinn.
There you go. How did you think someone was rich? They had a lawnmower.
It was a push mower, man. Like the old school. It was a Honda. You gotta work on it, like the low deck, like little wheels. Yeah, you remember those in the 80s.
yeah.
No, not a push mower. Predator.
For what?
Schwinn Predator.
Oh.
Oh
There's
no,
two-
come on.
There's 2
Totally
ends
leave
of
them.
Schwinn.
Let's get like the 4-blade push mower. We should get
Yeah, that
one
was
of
the
those.
shit back in the day, right there.
With the big tires and shit.
And put the pegs on the front.
Yeah.
So is it $662 or $593?
Well, imagine back in the 80s.
So like,
$35. No.
It was like a $500 bike that I bought used.
oh, so like right there.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty much all the same bike, right? No?
Yeah, they're pretty much
Yeah.
They're still $500. I mean, they didn't raise the fucking price. Inflation. So what are you telling me? It's $1,000 bike in the 80s that I bought for like fucking $75 of my lawnmower money?
Back then, that's about what it'd be worth.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's telling you that they really overcharged in the 80s. So apparently they didn't have to keep up with inflation. Like, are we still making money? Yeah, just leave it the same. It's fine.
Schwinn, it's, it really costs us like $5 to make. Like, it's like we're good. We're still making it. They're like, well, you're talking bullshit. Like, I got Huffies now. They're behind you. Them Walmart specials, man.
You know it.
Catch them at the end of the season.
Damn right.
Dude, what was the fucking... while we're on bikes. Well, Mongoose is my fault. Well, yes, Mongoose. But what was the old one with the white fucking covers that went over the fucking... Like, the wheels? You gotta remember that shit. It had...
You mean where it comes up covered like halfway?
No, like it covered the spokes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like that one, but it was white and it was a like a BMX, but it was heavy as shit because those plastic covers were heavy as fuck.
Let's say $15,000 for that bike.
Yeah.
1,500.
No.
No, it's
Oh,
15,000.
15,000.
Yeah.
Fuck
Dude,
that
you gotta
bike.
go 80s, 80s. You gotta stick with 80s. The shit, I'm trying to like. It wasn't even like. No one was taking that bitch off any ramps. Well, they tried, but it was too heavy to fucking get real air. 80s like kids bike with white covers. It looked like white tire covers. That bitch. Well, that's looks
No.
new. That looks newer.
And it's a Huffy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huffy Sigma.
Can you Huffy? What? Oh, Sigma. Click on it. I remember
1987.
that might be the one, dude. That shit was heavy as fuck. like 2 kids in my neighborhood had it, and it was like, this bike is heavy as shit, dude. Like you ain't getting no air. Like, because we're out there wrecking shit.
I wonder what the point is of having the covers on the spokes like that. I just
Don't
don't
worry
get it.
about bending your spokes or breaking them.
Or it was the 80s and space was cool.
Aerodynamics.
Let's drink the beer. This beer. I mean, we know where it's from, and that's all we know. We're not going to get a lot of information on this beer because it's super small batch local.
Yeah, that's a jalapeno beer.
Yeah,
Got some kick.
super small batch. I think it's a one-off. So, like, we obviously can't guess anything unless it's written on the can. The Crowler. Because it came straight out the tap. Do you have information?
Yep.
They're that good. Okay.
I'm out.
Okay, well.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you're definitely out now.
Had to verify, but yeah, I'm out.
Yes, I have the information. All right, so fantastic.
I'd like to make my guess.
Winning. I don't even remember the style. I'm gonna say that
Jalapeno lager.
I would say a lager. But as far as like the ABV and all that, I did not pay attention to any of that shit.
6.3.
Keep going, Dennis.
Guesses.
30.
Can you name the brewery?
And then I'll give that a 4.
If you'd like to name the brewery not as an official,
Deadline Brewery. Jalapeno Saison.
You fancy. The Saison.
I'm gonna go 6.5. 15 IBU.
nope, your IBU is tax.
What?
That's what it said in the IBU line right here. Your IBU is tax.
Oh, okay. So my IBU tax, and I'll give it a 4.
Dave?
I agree with the jalapeno lager.
Or is
I would
it a
say-
Pils?
I initially thought pills, but I was like, I don't know.
It's not a
it
Hefeweizen?
didn't seem like light enough.
Not
I don't
Saison?
know. I don't think it's a Hefe either.
Ale?
4.5%. And I'd probably go 20 on the IBU. I'd give it a 4.
Jason?
I'm just gonna guess the style. I know some of it, so I'm gonna say lager. I'll say like a 5.6 and IBU 10. I mean, I give it a 3.5. I don't know if I could drink that.
Crowler?
Yeah, like I feel like the heat would build too much.
Yeah, it's cool to like try and drink, but I'd definitely come out and like drink that all day long.
So this is Emerald Jalapeno Lemon Tequila Blonde.
You are not gonna find that, bro. It is
Probably
a one-off.
not. Yeah, this is by Deadline Brewing. We were out there recently, obviously. So this is by Deadline Brewing. It's their Emerald Jalapeno Lemon Tequila Blonde, coming in at 5.4%. Jason got the closest at 5.6, but went over. And this was produced 3 days ago.
It's for their 4-year anniversary.
For their 4-year anniversary, just in case no one could hear her, because
Yeah.
she never likes to be mic'd up.
It was their
I'll take some more of that.
brewiversary.
Brewversary?
Is what they called it.
Yeah.
So we were out there and like they had a dunk tank and like the kids overtook that shit. It was fun to watch, and I swear those kids threw like 100 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
Like their arms had to be dead the next day. Like it was made. The dunk tank was there for charity, and the owner was supposed to be in the evening in the dunk tank and dunking the owner for charity, but the kids took it over, and there was like 10 of them out there, and they would take turns sitting
In the tank.
in the tank and like while everyone's like trying to throw balls. The best part is that the dads got into it a little bit, and the dads were fucking money.
Nailing them.
Those are like they're like throwing the ball. And it's like, "Ping!" Like, and the kid gets back up, and another dad's like, boom, you're back in there.
Hell yeah.
But the best part I think of the whole dunk tank was the kid who didn't lock the seat. So
As soon as he climbed on.
yeah, I was like, oh, instant splash, and everyone's like, we all turn around and look, and like he goes and gets on the fucking thing, and it's like just straight into the fucking water. Like nobody did anything. You did that to yourself. But I mean, it was a good time. It was fun. I wish Crib Shack would have had my mama's beef. They want to call me out on Instagram. Well, they messaged me on Instagram. It's not a call.
What did they say?
So he had walked up to the door. You missed it earlier, but yeah, he walked up the door and like turned around after he realized. Basically, long story short, they didn't have what he wanted. There's more to it than that. But
the line was too long, and I have to operate my truck too.
They took a video of him coming up to the truck and then sent it to him and said, "Hungry, bro?"
And I totally wanted to eat, and I was like, but they were. Then I went online. I was like, I'll just order from the truck, and then when we slow down, I'll run over there and grab it, and like have a snack. But what I wanted, was not available. So then I was like, wow, man, that fucking Cuban looks fucking fantastic.
Which I had one.
It's a little shack like out on Shore Drive, right there, like when you come off of Great Neck Road and you turn in like where Guad's used to be, which is now going to be Z Maria's now. Like they moved from.
Oh yeah, I heard they're leaving the. Yeah.
So it's literally right behind the new Z Maria's, and it's a little shack, man. And they were on like Triple D. Like Guy Fieri came out there and like was eating their food, and like every time I've been by, it's like a lunch spot though. So like you go by in the afternoon or evening, like after I think like 2, like they're closed. And like so, of course me, every time I get out there, they're closed. And every time we go to Deadline, which is right beside Z Maria's, like we were actually parked in like Z Maria's parking spaces because they're not open, and we were like, that's where we were serving. But Deadline's a really cool brewery to go check out, but Carib Shack is what I just want to try the food, man. Like Guy Fieri been there, they've been on Triple D, and I was like, oh, let's test it out and see if it's good. But they had a line, and I was like, fuck, man, I can't wait in this line. Like I gotta get back to my shit. So, but then yeah, they messaged like literally, I think it was like maybe 10 minutes after I walked away, and like I didn't see it until Monday, and it was like, hungry, bro? Like, yes,
Obviously.
I'm here.
I have heard good things about the food that I want to try it out.
Well, maybe one day maybe not this week, maybe next week if you're, I hope you get the job on Tuesday and you won't be off anymore. Because I think like next week I have some free time and we could run down there for lunch.
I'm down, for sure.
I'll hit you up. We'll figure it out.
Right on.
Go eat some Mama's beef. Their jerk chicken looks really good.
It better be.
And they have a curry chicken. Like, yeah, you call yourself the Crib Shack.
Yeah, then the jerk has got to be probably the top of the line.
And then I'll be honest with you, like I haven't had good jerk chicken since I left Jamaica, and I hated jerk chicken until I went to Jamaica. But like, it's like I don't like jerk chicken. But I just realized that everyone made it wrong until you
had it right.
Until you go to Jamaica and get it out of a fucking there you go. Out of like a 35-gallon drum grill on the side of the fucking street
all day.
And they give it to you, it's like a leg quarter, and it's like, here's your white bread, and like, why do I need the bread? And then like halfway through you're like, yes. It's just like sliced white bread. Like it's like the simplest dish ever.
It's a good topic. What are things that you feel? This is obviously, I don't think any of us have enough travel experience to really know this, but what are things that you feel would be ruined if you ever got to try them? Like, you gone to Jamaica, you had real jerk chicken, now you've come back and everything's disappointing. Guinness. Not gonna lie, that's mine. I went to Ireland, had Guinness. It's not fucking same here. What do you think, like, that you could eat every day? Like, all right, pizza's kind of a weird one because I honestly think most Americans that would go to Italy and get real pizza wouldn't think that that's better.
No, because like, this ain't like they do it in New York.
Right. So that's like that was one that came to mind, but I don't think it's a good example because I don't think it would work.
Could you imagine going to Italy and getting shitty spaghetti? Like, just spaghetti and marinara. Like, could you imagine how disappointed, like, you got off the plane, you're like, yo, and like, okay, it probably happens to a lot of people because they're going to go to, like, the tourist trap. You know what I mean? Italy, it's like, they got them, right? But, like, you're, like, talking to the locals and, like, the cab driver or whatever, and, like, if you were going to get spaghetti and marinara, like, I want to start basic. Where would you go? And they send you to this place, like, it's prime, dude. It's like, you walk down a back alley, looks a little shady, you smell garlic bread, but then you get there and you're like, all right, right, man. Like, it smells fucking amazing in here. And then they give you some, like, fucking watery ragu bullshit. Like, they came out of a jar. Like, how fucking mad would you be? Like, bitch, I just flew halfway across the fucking world.
See, I feel like if you were going to go on that kind of adventure, I feel like you don't necessarily look for the pasta. Like, look for the motherfucker who makes his own cheese.
Well, like
that guy's got good food.
Heat.
Yeah.
Have you read Heat?
No, I have not.
All right, so like he went on like this whole life-changing fucking adventure in the butcher in fucking this little fucking town in Italy, like out in the middle of fucking nowhere, where he walked to work and waited outside until the dude would talk to him until he got a job. Like, he ended up living in Italy for like 2 fucking years to learn from this butcher. But like, could you imagine going to that same place and like the food be disappointing? Like I just did the whole fucking travel, like, and then you get there and like, this sucks. It's like,
I just wasted a shitload of money.
I've made better sausage at my house. Like,
Yeah, that would suck.
Should've
Especially
booked
because
the
of all
price
the trekking to get there and knowing like a legend, staged there or did whatever for that amount of time, your expectations are already going to be so elevated.
but do you think like we overhype it in our heads and like it's
For
like,
sure.
like we overhype it, and then you get there and it's like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I've been to restaurants and it's happened numerous times to me, because I think I overhype it and like, oh, everyone tells me this is amazing, and then like, I'm just gonna use a burger as a reference, and it's like, we'll use In-N-Out because and like everyone's like, oh, In-N-Out burger. We get to LA, like first place we go, In-N-Out burger, fucking double fucking animal style. Was that what?
Yeah, animal style with
Whatever Dooley ordered, we just ordered whatever he ordered because he knew the secret menu shit. And then like we eat it and it's like, tastes like a bowling alley burger, bro. Like,
Hey, we
I'm not
admitted-
saying it's bad.
We admitted it was good for the price.
Yeah, for $7, it's fucking amazing.
$7. $7 for
$7 in LA, it's fucking amazing.
for like
That's probably why they love that shit.
for
'Cause
like
it's so
a fucking like
affordable.
double cheeseburger with a shitload of fries for like $7 in LA. That's pretty fucking good.
But to me, like we all took a bite, and it was Dooley, Alex, and me were sitting there in this booth in In-N-Out Burger, and like, all right, what's your first impression? It's like, I could get this at a bowling alley, which is not bad. I mean, I like bowling alley burgers. Like, I want to slum it sometimes. You know what I mean? Like we grind our burger, and like you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, you just a glutton for fucking punishment. Like, it's
Yeah.
like yeah, we grind our own damn burger, and it sucks. It takes a lot of time.
For sure.
It takes Alex a lot of time. It takes him about an hour. But it's like, but I think that the product that we're putting out kills whatever fucking they're doing, and like,
Yeah, especially doing your own grind and like having your own ratios, like that's way better than just going like some like
we have our own ratio, and we do a double grind, so that we change the die, so it's like we grind it thicker and then we grind it finer,
right.
to like incorporate the entire mix. So like, I mean, you've had the burger, and I wanted to ask you, like, real opinion, like, we're not gonna be upset if you don't like it. I know
You will.
I know he loves it.
He already knows the
But yeah,
answer.
but I mean, like, you've had it, and like you're not like working on the truck. I mean, what was like your first impression when you bite into the burger? I mean, I know it's been a little bit since you've had it, but like, try to remember the most life-changing burger you ever had in your life.
I mean, I love the smoke from the bacon, and honestly, it didn't stand a chance. It didn't sit in front of me for like 3 minutes. I demolished it. Like, it did not stand a chance.
When you came to the truck the first time, what did you get the first time? Because I talked you into the burger. Did you get the Philly?
Yeah.
And you had the best Philly, right?
Mhm. The one that with the fries on it?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so like, because I remember you texted me later that night, and you were talking about the cheese sauce, and I'm just tooting my own horn here. But like, he texted me later on, and I think I could probably pull it up in your words if you don't.
shit.
Oh, please do.
If you do not mind, sir.
I do not mind.
Okay. Like, actually, I'm just gonna pass this over to Alex because he's got the voiceover voice. So like, it's obviously the big one.
Sorry, I know you have to be up early, but dude, that Philly is bomb, and that queso gives it that perfect amount of richness and heat. I didn't even realize there was going to be fries on it. That just sent it over the edge. Mad props to you, dude, and thank you so much for the hospitality. Sorry, that wasn't quite in your voice, but in a world.
In a world where the best Philly reigns supreme, Dave has started 5 stars.
It does not disappoint. 1,000% does not disappoint.
So your next visit out to the truck, I recommend the pork or the chicken.
What are you doing with the pork?
Okay, so the pork is like the katsu.
Okay.
So like we pound it out. Another glutton for punishment shit. Like we cut it into 4-ounce pork chops.
Labor of love.
And then we're just like in there beating the shit out of it. And then so it's super thin so you can get that clean bite off of it. Then it's egg wash, our seasoned flour, panko deep fried. And then when it comes out, then we put the bacon strips on it. And then we pour the same sauce that's on the Philly on top of that cheese sauce. And then yeah, dude, it is.
It's the sleeper.
Yeah, it's a sleeper.
Is that what you call it?
No,
we call it the
should.
triple P because it's pork on pork on pork. But then we have the triple S, which came from Dooley in the show, like when we were on the Great Food Truck Race, and we had to use agave. And then so...
Well, we were doing a spicy, savory, and smoky, and then we changed it to a sweet, smoky, and spicy, I think.
It's...
Came
so
from the show.
we do a barbecue version of it, which we make the barbecue sauce. And then so I recommend going with the triple P first. But if like you're in the mood and like people walk up to the truck and they think we're a barbecue truck just because the flames on the side and the pig, and it's like, no, we're in the bacon truck. But we do have a barbecue version of the triple P, and it's like bacon strips and the same pork, and then we just squeeze our spicy barbecue sauce on it, and like it's.
I love the face
Alex
when you're
eats most
explaining
of
it to him.
Did you
Alex-
notice how he said squeeze our barbecue sauce on it?
Sauce.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we all caught that.
Because it's a sauce, not a condiment.
It's not served on the side.
Now, if somebody gets it on the side, then it's the barbecue condiment,
the
right?
bacon, the bacon cheese sauce.
I need some barbecue condiment.
The bacon cheese sauce. Is that a condiment?
That's the glue.
That's a sauce. That's definitely
it's
a
on
sauce
everything,
because
that's
we
what I'm saying.
put it on
but
everything.
then, yeah, we put it on top of things.
If
But
someone
then
gets it
people
on the
get
side,
if the people get it on the side, now is that a condiment,
well, all right.
or
So
is it sauce on side?
at
Like,
that
see-
point, do you call it the bacon cheese
SOS,
condiment,
bitch.
or is it the bacon cheese sauce condiment?
Bacon cheese sauce. No condiment.
No, so it's still a sauce even though it comes in a ramekin.
On the side, yeah.
No cap.
no ketchup.
My other sleeper is the Buffalo Chicken Mac.
What?
Buffalo Chicken Mac is the fucking sleeper.
That's definitely been a crowd hit with like the breweries.
Yeah, and especially
Oh,
if
you're
you add-
serving that?
bartenders.
especially if you add the pickles to it.
You're serving
All right.
buffalo chicken.
Beer
Mac?
winch. Beer,
But it's
sorry, interruption. Beer winch.
I'm
yeah,
good.
sure, why not?
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's not technically buffalo; it's our 13th level of hell sauce. But yes, we do a spicy chicken mac.
I'm a
And
sucker
the
for
buffalo
anything
chicken
like
mac.
that.
And I think the bartenders, the breweries go for it a lot. I think because it reheats really well.
Yeah.
So if they don't get to eat it like all at one time, they can just kind of set it aside and then reheat it later.
Okay.
No, but like the real sleeper is like get pickles on the side with your buffalo mac.
No, see, I call the triple P the sleeper because no one ever thinks to get it, but you know the motherfuckers that do because they always come back for it.
Yeah,
Like,
then they
that's
come
like
back
their
and
sandwich
they,
now.
yeah, it's like they started with the best Philly, they had the burger, then they get the triple P, and then they're like, yeah, it's triple P. Like I was at another brewery and you guys had a pork sandwich. Yeah, did it have barbecue on it or cheese? And it was cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah, you want the
Triple
triple P?
P.
Yes, that's what I want. I mean, that literally happened like what yesterday. Like it's just like you don't need to know the name of it. We'll steer you in. Like someone's like, I have a question about the menu. I was like, well, you're asking the right person. It's like,
Knowing the name of it definitely helps.
yeah. I had this one thing this one time. Like, well,
What it tastes like.
We have
what
many
it looks
things.
like.
Well, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Pork, chicken, and beef mixture
Yeah.
of a couple because burger counts as at least two.
The chicken, I mean, the chicken, okay, the chicken is fantastic, and it's my new favorite thing right now. Like, I rotate through the menu. But right now I'm on this chicken cake, and it's the
Chicken Club.
Chicken Club with the sauce from the burger on the Chicken Club.
Ooh,
Okay. All right.
okay, I can get that.
Like, so
We were working with the ratio yesterday.
yeah, we were trying to figure out like, does it need more? Does it need less sauce? Like,
Less is better.
because all right, and Tyler Florence, name drop, said, if I go to a Team Fat Kid food truck, I expect sauce to be running down my elbows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's like, I need like 4 napkins. Like, this, it should be running down.
Quite literally, the
And
next
he's like-
sandwich that we put out, Jason just.
This is what he wanted. Yeah, it's not great cost effective, but
There's half a squeeze bottle.
but like no, I mean like we've also played with the horseradish, and so like now that like right when the truck first opened, we were buckled in to Restaurant Depot. Like we didn't have a Cisco account. Like once we opened the Cisco account, it kind of opens a lot of doors and a lot of things. Like you can shop around, and like we don't just have to buy the one horseradish that Restaurant Depot has. So now we started buying atomic horseradish, and it's like, yeah, like maybe we'll use less. But then it's like, now we gotta use an immersion blender to make sure it goes through a squeeze bottle. Like, and
Technically, we modified our original recipe because it was not enough horseradish. And we actually went back to our original recipe when we got the atomic because
Yeah.
the horseradish came through stronger.
Yeah, so the atomic, and it's literally called atomic horseradish. And like when you open the jar, it kind of burns your eyes a little bit, and that's
You
what
feel it.
that's what we
You feel it.
want.
Hey, how you doing?
You remember Dave from
Yeah.
Chase is here.
Sunshine.
So no, so like we've been slowly like messing around, and did you know that you can find different smoke platforms in bacon? Obviously, like there's Applewood and all that, but there's like a number 2 bacon, and like we had this conversation, but Dave wasn't here. Like I had no idea what a number 2 bacon is, and so like they use
The
less.
fucked up cuts.
No. It's they change the actual recipe in the no, not phosphates. What am I?
Oh, like in
sulfates?
the curing salt?
The curing salt. Like
Uh-huh.
so the levels change, and so like we started using a number 2 bacon to grind because it's not pink, and so like because our burger, like when we're using like I guess number 1 bacon, like you can't cook the pink out of bacon. Like
People are like, this isn't done. And it's like, nope, that's done.
It's done.
Just bacon.
So we switched bacon, so like now, like when it's done, it's brown. Like it doesn't always work out for us. We can't always get the product, But I mean, there's nothing other than they didn't use as much saltpeter. Is that that's the
Yeah.
salt, right?
It's here.
I mean, it has
Yeah.
a
Pink salt,
a
yeah.
better name, but pink
Pink
salt,
salt,
saltpeter.
yeah.
Like they use less of it in the number 2 bacon, so you can actually cook the color out of it.
They don't recommend it for just using it as bacon.
Yeah.
The guy was like, what are you using it for? We were like, grinding. He was like, cool.
Yeah, he's like, I was like, what's it? Tell me about this bacon. What are you using it for?
That's not going to be like,
Grinding it.
that's
He's
not going
like-
to be like my strips on a sandwich.
Yeah,
We're
no,
good.
he's like, hell yeah. He's like, perfect. Like, all right.
So you just get the whole slab.
No, like it's pre-cut, like lay flat. Like when them, which
It's
with
not,
the parchment, like the
it's
whole
not
thing.
pretty. Often.
Yeah.
You get a lot of like the ones that are cut in half in the middle of that, so you don't
Yeah.
get like a good long strip
fatty
of bacon
chunks
all the
on
time.
one
Yeah.
end that are like 2 ounces in a thin cut. Like, but it doesn't matter to us. We're grinding it. So
Right,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
So, and it's a good price point. It helped us keep us from raising our price on the burger, like as beef prices went up.
As of yet,
Yeah, well, we try. We're trying not to move our prices. We're trying to figure out how that we can create the same product, not less inferior, and maintain our cost. Even though a
Things
lot
have
of people,
gotten
a
more
lot of people
expensive.
think that we're underpriced for a food truck, but we're also trying to produce the best product that we can at a reasonable price, and like, how do we get there is our whole thing. Good talk about the food truck. Sorry, I didn't mean to take us down that fucking rabbit hole.
Do you put 3 slices of bread on the club sandwich?
No, because it's See, now is it a club?
Now I'm judging you because now it's not a club sandwich. You can't call it a club if there's not 3 pieces of bread.
But lettuce, tomato, bacon, and onion make
Well,
it a club.
Yes, it does.
But
if you
you
think-
also put you also put golden onions on there, which do not belong in a club.
If you think
There's
about
also
it,
there's
also
also
the
bottom
no
line.
sliced meat on it
and then
whatsoever.
Yeah.
the breading of the chicken, and then the top bun.
Okay.
So you
There's a third
technically
bread
got
component
three
in
You
there.
know
pieces of bread on
what?
there.
I like where he's at. I like where he's at. That's a good one.
There's a coating of
Technically, that's
bread,
bread, yeah.
around
Yeah.
the chicken.
See,
That
the
was
only
good.
thing
And like no
sometimes-
shit,
I like
it's,
that.
It's like fucking almost 6 inches tall.
Dude, we have the largest
I wanna
sandwich
try
wrap
that
you
shit.
can possibly buy.
Large what?
The largest sandwich wrap you can possibly buy, and it barely fits.
Oh, Jason.
Like wrapping the sandwich,
Like,
like
sometimes
it,
you gotta
it's
push it
end to
down a
end,
little
Oh,
bit.
like the deli paper? Yeah.
Like, it's a
Dave.
monster.
Oh, I'm not questioning you. I just wanted to bust your balls a little bit
Well,
about the third piece
fair.
of bread.
Fair. No,
Hey, Dave, I got one thing for him.
What?
Have you ever seen the menu face?
Oh.
The menu face?
Oh my god, dude! Like I've never seen it before either until we started working in a food truck, and like the people outside because we're behind glass, and the menu is
up.
in front of them, and like so they're looking at the menu, and we're looking at them, and it's people make the ugliest faces when they're reading the menu.
I
And
saw this one lady when we were at Baptist, and I'm just bagging the food and everything like that, and Melissa's taking an order from this one lady, and this other lady's looking at the menu, and she just...
Jason wanted to
I'm
get
like-
Jason wanted to get a menu cam, so you could see
Oh, you
like
you
what
should see
you look
yourself. Like there's just like a little screen off to the side, a little camera, and you're like, and like.
like. Yeah, your top
Like-
lip, your top lip is up, your jaw's like half open and kind of back.
Like the
Yeah.
lady looked
Like,
like she was about to
what?
have. She looked like she was about to have the most Devo fucking sneeze ever. Like,
Yeah, it's all meat. The bread is just your handles to get it in your face.
Dude, yeah. You could like unhinge your jaw to have to lock that thing
I
in.
saw a dude eat one yesterday, man, and I was impressed. He looked like he was like he gave it a squeeze.
That bread does
And then-
compact very well.
Yeah, it's because it's Pandasol, and we get it from a local bakery, Angie's Bakery, right down the street from us. And that dude
it is vegan.
unhinged his jaw and got like the press and the whole like hunch top teeth just going over to the top.
Like,
And
had
it's-
to, like, tilt
and,
it
like,
in?
Yeah, and like got that bite, and then he realizes like, holy shit, that's the biggest bite. And he's like the slow chew where it looks like he's got like a big pack of Red Man in there,
Fucking-
and he's just like,
fucking
yeah, and like he crushed that fucking bitch. And it was crazy because he's like 6 feet away from us, and I'm just like bored. Now I'm just gonna watch you eat.
Just people watch.
Creep, like there's sometimes. I mean, it's
all the time.
See, and
it's
going,
like in a restaurant, like you get that lull between like lunch and dinner.
Especially when
going
and-
back to the Buffalo Chicken
then
Mac's a
that
perfect
lull,
example.
like-
yeah, expect,
Buffalo
especially
Chicken
when they
Mac,
say they
Firebird.
love spicy, and
Yeah.
then you give them something.
Anytime,
spicy, and
anytime the 13th level goes out of the window and they
Wait
sit
for it.
in
Wait
eyesight,
for it.
it's like, oh, first bite.
then they look over and they give you that.
Yeah, like
Yo, that shit's fucking
there's like
hot.
3 of us staring out the truck, just watching him eat a sandwich. He looks over like, oh, that was good, man. Yeah, like,
That's amazing.
I definitely wonder what it's like from the other side though, because whoever is eating that sandwich is like, yeah,
Turns
just
around,
enjoying
there's
my
3
sandwich. Yeah,
creepers.
exactly. There's just 3
that
people
do
like,
that?
Just eyeballing you.
Who's
Is
that
it
dude
that
that
hot?
That
pleasure?
happens to me
It's-
all the time.
We'll-
Though.
we'll- I'll get you something in a little bit.
Look at me. I'm like,
Dennis, you want to pass me over that package?
Who was that dude at Pleasure that he just looked over, looked back and was like, yo, what's in there? It's like 13 peppers. He's like, good shit.
Where are you going?
But he was just like fucking
that.
sweating
Fire
bullets,
sauce.
red faces.
Oh, you're getting fire sauce? We have a gift for you, sir.
Dude,
Into your new adventure.
thank you.
You've deserved
That was a
one
good
for a
clap.
while. You gotta. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see what's going on here. Heard. Grab me a tomato, please. That's beautiful.
So yes. So that's our knife that we sell on the website. But I mean, you've been around. You've been around long enough in order to deserve that bad boy.
That's what's up, man. For real.
And
Thank you.
for coming to the show, and thank you for supporting us, and thank you for coming on the podcast and all these, for drinking all these weird ass beers that we just throw in front of you and being a good sport about it. He has the sauce.
Oh, please.
I brought enough for you to take home.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did you give him a lid?
I did, but it's
What
on
do
the
you want?
side
You want-
because
you
Just
want
a little dipstick.
You want
little toothpick.
Yeah, either one, whatever.
Dipstick.
you want to just stick your finger in there? Weird.
Well, I was going to, but then I'm like, I can't go wash my hands out. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Make it weird, bro. Make it weird.
Get weird.
So it is hot. It is, but it's not all.
Nah.
Like it's got flavor to it. We're very proud of that. But it's got kick, and yeah, a lot of people that come up and go like, yeah, I love spicy. And
It's
then
another one of those labors of love.
it's definitely something again because it says buffalo on the menu that we normally give people a heads up
Absolutely.
about.
Yep. That's good.
As he goes back in for the second. There it is.
As he should.
That's
Yeah.
why I brought enough to take home. So
Thank you very much for that.
now you can actually dip it on something other than a dipstick.
You can put it on the tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
Ouch.
Alright. You have some tri-tip over there.
that pee?
Hey,
You
Jason.
have a tri-tip over there.
Jason, should we have him try the Carolina Reaper salsa?
Oh, we can do that. We're not going to do that on the show, though.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap this bad boy up. Yes, we will have him eat the Carolina Reaper. The Carolina Reaper salsa. Straight from Texas.
On my,
They got that
little
good soil down there.
My little road trip that it took, I was like, oh, this is going on the podcast.
All right. Damn, I'm supposed to hit a button.
Yeah.
Sorry, it asked for a code. This old ass phone doesn't do the face recognition. It's on my point.
So you're asking.
As always, guys, thank you for listening to Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat. You can find us on Facebook at,
Team Fat Kid.
on Instagram at,
Team Fat Kid Nation.
on Twitter,
At Team Fat Kid 1.
on YouTube,
Team Fat Kid.
and of course, you can find us online at www.teamfatkidnation.com for all of your knife and apparel needs.
Get that sweet knife we just gave Dave. You can find the food truck on Facebook
Team Fat Kid Food
and
Truck.
Instagram,
Team Fat Kid Food Truck.
on Twitter.
At Fat_truck.
Give us a phone call.
At 757-427-1586. Thanks to Dave for being on the podcast.
Love you guys. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, anytime. Just let us know.
Stay hungry.
Be creative.
And don't forget to sharpen your knives.
Praise the Lord. Peace, love, and bacon grease. We out this bitch.
Aloha.
No joke, good things, Mary Jane can play. God, stress free, only way, life best be on. But you all in now, get me aggravated. I'm known to fuck shit up. God, I've been hustling about that.
Got some good
Wait on
heat.
you, get your weight up.
What kind of peppers do you use?